This is the all-new Range Rover, as if you needed me to say that, because let's face it, it is one of the most recognisable cars out there. We've just been having a look around this car, we've been having talks with Jerry McGovern, the head of design at Land Rover, and he's been talking about how this car is, it's a revolution in minimalism for this car. They've really thought about the details on it. And if I'm honest, I think that a lot of people looking at the front of this car are going to think that it looks very similar to the outgoing model. And I think that's kind of deliberate because they need this car to look like a Range Rover. But it is actually very different. There's all kinds of details about it. If you look at how smooth the window line is down this car, they've hidden all the rubber seals. That's helped with aerodynamics. It's made it look really kind of clean. The lines down the side of the car. This is actually quite a clever piece of design. They've made it even more kind of minimal, and they've tried to make this car look almost like it's kind of been hewn out of one kind of piece of metal, that kind of thing. It's all very cool. It is all in the detail, unless you actually look at the back of the car. I think it's the design at the back of the new Range Rover where you can really unmistakably see how new this thing is. So you look at these headlights, you've got nearly all of the lights that you need in this vertical, and then you've got your sweeping indicators in this horizontal line along here. You've got the split tailgate as you would expect. But I mean, blimey, doesn't it look so different to the outgoing car? And I think in a really good way. I do think that they've done a fantastic job on the design. And there's also this, they keep calling it the boat tail rear end. So if you look at the line going along the side of the car, it sort of raises at the end. Again, that's all about aerodynamics. It's about kind of improving the stance of the car. Anyway, it looks really cool. You can get this as a 7-seater. They're bringing a 7-seater Range Rover to the UK. It's only available in the extended wheelbase version. But I think that's going to be a really popular thing because they've designed it so that you can get proper 7 seats for 7 adults. So you can actually get adults of 2 meters height in the rear seats. So they've really thought about that one. I have actually sat in the back of it. It's very cool. You can also get in the new Range Rover a variety of different engines. Of course, you can get 2 plug-in hybrids, both of which get 6-cylinder petrol engines and a pure electric range of 62 miles, so that's really good. And rapid charging on a PHEV, hurrah, praise be. So that is really good news for the Range Rover plug-in hybrid. You can also get, if a V8's more your thing, there's a 4.4 litre petrol V8 coming, there's a 6-cylinder diesel, so there is already a Range Rover for everybody. But wait until 2024 when the pure electric Range Rover is going to arrive, and I think that's going to be really special, and I think that's going to be kind of a whole other kind of leap forward for the brand, so I can't wait for that one. In the meantime, let's have a quick look at the inside of this. Just climb up in here. It's such a high car, isn't it, the Range Rover? Even in the back, you get this kind of really upright, commanding position, I think. Of course, there's a bit more legroom in here than there is before. If you go for the extended wheelbase, you actually get 1 metre of rear legroom. So I don't know what that would even look like, really, but it's definitely up there with proper executive limo-style cars. So I think that's really what Range Rover are going for, especially if you go for one of their sort of special SV cars. And there's a whole new level of personalisation available on the Range Rover. Yeah, I mean, you look in the SV, this is a standard wheelbase car. Actually, this is reasonably interesting because this has got the leather-free upholstery in this, which is quite cool. Anyway, they're going even more upmarket. There's all kinds of fancy wood veneers. There's even ceramic veneers and this kind of thing in the SV. Even in this standard car, it all feels very posh. So yeah, it's very nice in the back. So let's have a quick look up front. So up front in the Range Rover, this is a very early launch of this car. As I said, it's not on sale until spring 2022. But you do get this 13-inch touchscreen as standard, and it's got this beautiful sort of floating form there. Apparently it was very deliberate that they didn't want to integrate it into the dash because then you have to put a box in, it takes up more space. And Land Rover, the designer guys, are very keen to push home the fact that they want this to be a very minimal looking car. They really want to keep it a very simple aesthetic. That to them is kind of what defines the classiness of the Range Rover and kind of how they've moved it up market, really. It's that design ethos, and it does show in everything, even, you know, things like the surfacing around here on the gear shift. Even the steering wheel has got a smaller hub here. They've made the airbag smaller. This has been reduced down, and you get this sort of lovely bespoke 2-spoke steering wheel. It all feels very lovely in here, and more importantly, it still feels like a proper Range Rover because you've got the command driving position, as it's called. So you sit very upright, elbow on the window, and you're away. There is nothing else that feels like a Range Rover, does it? I can't wait to have a go in it when it arrives in the UK and we can get it on the road next year in 2022. It's a new Range Rover. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than that, does it? So all very exciting stuff. And in the meantime, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of our brilliant videos. And head to CarGurus.co.uk where you'll find a whole host of fantastic used cars from top-rated dealers.